Another thing that I've bought this time round is these welcome to my channel. My name's Nicole and here on We Mama I do lots of motherhood, lifestyle, cleaning and organisational videos. So if you like that kind of content, I would love it if you could stick around and maybe consider subscribing. Today's video is a motherhood one. I'm going to be talking about all of my weaning essentials. I know that there's lots of things on here that are going to be groundbreaking, but I just like to add my 2 cents into the mix of YouTube. So I just wanted to show you what's been working for me. I have a little boy called Didier who is 2 years old and a 7-month-old daughter called Nina who we have just introduced to weaning last month. So I am no stranger to weaning and I love a bit of both. I love a bit of baby-led weaning and also purees. I just wanted to show you my top essentials. So to get straight into it, the first thing you're going to need is a high chair. I have had 2 high chairs so far in my children's lives. I just opted for a nice Joey one and this was a lovely practical high chair, but my main focus on this high chair was that it was folding because it was quite big and bulky to make sure that it could be, you know, put out of the way. And looking back, I really wish that I'd done a bit more research into high chairs because you do not need your high chair to fold down because your high chair is in constant use. I really wish that I could go back and tell myself that. I really shouldn't have looked into a high chair just because it folded down because we never folded it down. I think we did once or twice when visitors came over, but yeah, you know, your child's being fed 3 times a day, so my little boy was constantly in it. Another reason that I got rid of my Joey high chair is that it wasn't very cleaning friendly. It was all padded and cushioned. My little boy loved it. It was really nice and sturdy and very comfortable, but the cushion didn't come off. So to get down into like the creases and the crevices, it just got a bit mingy. And when I tried to like detach it all to put in the washing machine, I couldn't. So that was a bit annoying. I did a little bit more research into other high chairs. I just thought that the IKEA high chair would be the safest bet. I originally didn't want to pick up one of these because they just look a bit cold and uncomfortable, but there's a reason that they're so popular. At £15, you really can't go wrong. They are so easy to clean. If you do need to store them, you literally just take off the legs and you can put them away. One thing that they do come with to make it a bit more comfortable is they come with a blow-up padding, so you can put a smaller baby in there, so it does pad out the high chair and it does make them a bit more comfortable. And the best part is that these are actually highly customizable. I've seen on Etsy that you can get mats to fit around the tray. You can get customized covers to go over the blow-up insert, and you can also get different legs poles and things like that. As we are renting and I'm not really that fussed, I've just left that high chair as it is, but I have seen some sites where they do beautiful wooden legs and a leg rest, which you're supposed to have on the IKEA high chair, you know, for choking rules. I don't have one of those yet, so I do need to look into that. You can really do them up, have them in different colours. So if you don't like the metal and plastic look, then you can definitely find ways to spruce it up a bit. I have no complaints with this one. It has definitely served us well, and I really wish that I had just picked it up in the first place because you can't go wrong with it. Along with a high chair, I would highly recommend like a splash mat, messy mat to go underneath. My mum has actually given us some like tablecloth, like oilcloth, tablecloth material, and I've just put that underneath the high chair and that is serving us well at the moment. But yeah, my walls are constantly covered in all types of food. So yes, weaning is very messy and I would highly recommend getting a splash mat, especially if you have carpet, because with wooden floors, obviously it's not too bad, you can just wipe it up. That's what we had in my previous house, but now we've moved into another house with my second and we've got carpet, we're renting, and when she throws a spoon with like yogurt, egg, yeah, it's a bit gross. So I'm really happy that we have a splash mat. And whilst we're on the cleaning theme, I will also add that one of my other essentials is flannels. I went to Home Bargains and I picked up a load of wet wipes, like cheap and cheerful. Not entirely sure how many I picked up, but I made sure that I had enough for, you know, a week's worth, and then I would like wash them and then they would be ready for the next week. And of course you want to keep in mind that you are usually doing, you know, 3 meals a day, such as breakfast, lunch and tea. So yes, I'd stock up on a lot of flannels. And I also do like wet wipes for when we're out and about. But I do like the brand water wipes. So these haven't got any like nasties in them. They are just like water-based wipes. So these are good when you're in a pinch and you're out and about and you just want to wipe down your little one's face and hands. So now I'm going to jump into the weaning kit that I purchased. This time I just wanted something a bit nicer and different to what I had before. I wanted to opt for a small business, but I couldn't quite find anything for under like £45 for a complete weaning set. In the end, I found one on eBay from a little company, which I will link down below. On eBay, this company sold lots of different weaning sets, and this is the one that I chose. So this weaning set came to about £32 for everything that I'm going to mention now. And the first thing is a bib. I really like these silicone pelican bibs where it catches everything. You know, they're just so handy. I think I picked up a few from Boots and this part was a bit lower and it just didn't really work. So I like that this one is actually like quite sculpted to sit on the chest and it will catch quite a bit. It also came with a weaning plate. I like this one with the sections, and it also came with this bowl. Again, it is a suction one, and I have to admit that these are great. I bought some like suction ones in Boots before with my little boy and they didn't really work. Like, my little boy could still pick them up off the high chair or the table, and these ones I actually struggle to pick up. You know, when I'm about to like pick it up off the countertop to bring it to the table, I struggle to like prise it off. So they do work, which is a bonus. This set also came with these 2 utensils, so a little silicone tipped fork and spoon. My little girl doesn't really struggle with these. They are really good. This is what we've started to feed her with, and she just enjoys taking the spoon off us and nibbling with those. Again, it came with another set of utensils, and this is like a little self-feeding fork and spoon, and these ones come with a guard to stop them putting obviously it all the way back down their throat. So this is really good. I really wish that I could pick some of these up with my little boy. So these were new, a new find for my little girl, and she loves feeding herself yogurt with these, and because they are silicone, when she's teething, she just likes to just sit and chomp on these. So yeah, these are great. I really wish we picked these up with my first. And the last thing to come with this set is a little silicone cup. Of course you can't use this just yet, but it does come with a little silicone sippy cup. I wasn't aware that this came with the set, so I purchased something extra, which I will show you in a moment. But this is really handy because it will just fit on top like that, and I'm pretty sure you can put this on top of most cups because it is stretchy silicone, and she can just suck her drinks through that little straw there. I will be completely honest, she hasn't quite got the sucking, like using a straw down just yet, which is funny because my little boy took to a straw straight away and he wasn't breastfed, and my little girl was breastfed. She just can't handle anything like this. Trying to get her to use a straw, she's just not having any of it at the moment, so we're still using feeding bottles. But this is a nice little addition. I really like this. So that was the whole of my weaning set. I think I've got all of this for £32, maybe 33. I can't quite remember, but I will link it all down below. It's a lovely little company. I found them on Instagram. I think they were called Young Bird. Like I said, I'll link that all down below, but this was a great set, 100% worth all the money, and it was the cheapest that I could find with a bit of everything in it. Because I didn't realise that that set had the sippy cup attachment, I then went to Etsy and I bought one of these. I really like this one. It's quite cute. I think it's supposed to be like a little duck. It's got like little duck feet. And I thought that this one would be really helpful for her to drink out of. So it comes with a little straw and like a little straw in the inside, and then the silicone tipped one there. Again, like I just mentioned, she's not quite got used to sucking out of a straw yet. We're trying to try her every day but she hasn't quite picked it up like my little boy did. I'm sure soon enough she will, but this was a nice little addition to our weaning set. Whilst we're talking about sippy cups, I will also mention my two other favourites. These are the ones that I introduced to my little boy for drinking water when I didn't want him to be drinking water out of his milk bottles. So this is like a Tommee Tippee one. As you can see, it is very well loved. So this is just like a soft tips one, and it comes with handles and you can flip that closed. I actually really like these ones because they don't leak. Even without the handlebars, they are quite easy for your baby to hold, and they're really easy to just suck through, and they're easy to clean as well, which I like. Again, like I said, my little girl hasn't quite got the hang of these, but we are trialing her with them. And my other favourite has been these Munchkin 360 ones. I have quite a few of these. I've got a larger one without handles, and this is the smaller one with handles. It's supposed to be a spill-proof one, so if it falls on its side, it's obviously not going to spill, but when they go to drink and they put their teeth down on their silicone bit, the water comes out, so they get the sensation of sucking the water out. Again, really easy to clean, but just in case you didn't know, this bit does come out for an easy clean. I'm just mentioning that because I saw on a Facebook post once that someone didn't know that they could clean that, and they showed a very, very gruesome picture of this, or just really gross from where they hadn't ever washed it. So just in case you didn't know, please be aware that you can wash that. Another one of my favourites for weaning is one of these silicone weaning dummies. I actually didn't use a silicone one with my first. We had a mesh one from Newbie, and it came with like a little bag and you could put a strawberry in it and your baby could suck it. In the end, I just found that that wasn't quite hygienic, because even though I'd give it a wash in like warm, hot, soapy water, it was just left to air dry for a few days, and I just didn't really like the idea of that. So, you know, with it being fabric, and I didn't have a dishwasher. This time round with my second, I picked up these ones off of eBay. Very, very cheap again. I think this was about £3, and it's so easy to use, easy to clean. My little girl has loved this. We first started putting banana in it, and you can just, you know, just chop up a little bit of banana, put it inside, and she can go to town and have some first taste without you worrying about her putting the whole thing in their mouths. You can also get these with bigger sizes, as my little girl was so little at the time. We just bought the smaller one, and I also used this for teething. When her first bottom teeth were coming through, I put some frozen breast milk in it, and it was really good to help soothe her bally teeth. So I would highly recommend these, especially if you're very anxious about, you know, like baby-led weaning, giving them big chunks. This is a great way to start, for them to start getting tastes of solid foods instead of doing just purees. I would highly recommend one of these. Another thing that I've bought this time round is these. Something new that I've bought this time around are these cute little pots. I'm not entirely sure of the purpose of them all linking together, but I like the colours, and that's the main reason I bought them. Unfortunately, I am missing a lid, which makes me want to go and strip down my kitchen and find it. But for the sake of the video, I thought I'd just show you anyway. But these are really cute little 2-ounce pots, and with weaning, you'd want to make sure you have some kind of pot or like food storage to keep in your fridge. So if you do make something, you want to put it away for later. These are really cute little 2-ounce ones, and I like that they're small. They've got good sealed lids on them, so they don't leak if you do take them out for the day. With my little boy, I didn't really like to buy pouches so often, or jars of food, so I like to make my own, and these were great for taking them out for the day. They're also good for freezing. I also like using pots for when they're a little bit older, and you can just put snacks in them. I would like to cut up lots of fruit and put them in pots and then take them out for the day, and that would be my little boy's snack. So I would highly recommend getting some kind of pot to store your food in. And like I said, these ones are really cute and I like the colour. Another thing you might want to consider when you're weaning is a freezing tray. I had quite a few different ones last time, but I found that the silicone ones work the best because it's just so easy to pop out. Sometimes you do need to like run it under a little bit of warm water on the one that you want and like pop it out. I knew that this time around I really wanted a silicone one, so I picked up this one off of Amazon. It just comes with 9 little sections, and as you can see, I've just taken this one out of the freezer and I'm getting really cold hands. I've just got some, what have I got in here? I'm supposed to label these, but I didn't at the time. They're just for next week. In here I've got some squash and carrot in the top ones and some pear puree in the middle. So I would highly recommend those. This is a nice little one from Amazon, and it is from the brand Nook. I really like having a freezing tray because you can just batch cook a load of food, and then in the morning or afternoon, whenever you need, you can just pop out some of your food that you've already pre-made and it's there and it's done and you don't need to think about it. Another thing for weaning that I like on the go is one of these silicone mats. I picked this one up from Boots, and again it's got like a little pelican bib feature just to catch everything, and I really like this for when my little boy was just starting to eat, you know, big solid food, doing baby-led weaning when we were out and about. Now I still use this. I keep it in our nappy changing bag, but I didn't really like that we'd be putting things straight onto the table because some places we went to were a bit questionable. They said that they, you know, clean tables and the high chairs, and they were still a bit gross. So this was just handy for me to have a bit of peace of mind and know that your little babies aren't eating off dirty tables and things like that. So I really highly recommend a silicone mat. I like this one because it's really easy to just fold up and chuck in the nappy bag. As for actually cooking and making your baby's food, whether you're baby-led weaning or you are going to go the puree route, you're going to obviously need something to cook your food with. Steaming is supposed to be the best way to keep all the nutrients in instead of boiling or roasting. So I have a steamer. I use a metal one because I didn't get on with my plastic ones, and they are just such a lifesaver to just chuck all your veg in and off you go. I like to cook my veg in here, and I also like to cook fish, but this is just a great way to just toss everything in and kind of forget about it. You know, everything's just done at the same time, ready for when you need it. And another thing that's really helpful to save time if you are doing batch cooking is to have a blender. I didn't have this with my first, and I would spend a long time chopping up a load of vegetables and fruit, you know, ready to puree and blitz. But this time around I've actually bought a blender, and it has been a great help. I wouldn't say that it does save a lot of time because you are still having to chop and then put it into a blender, but if you do need things really small and blitz up in one go, then I would recommend a blender. My last thing to mention isn't an essential, but just something else to add on is for inspiration, definitely check out Pinterest and Instagram. There are so many accounts these days, and obviously books as well. I just tend to go to Instagram if I'm honest, and I just like to find out what all the other mums were doing, getting some inspiration, because even though there is just so much veg and food out there for your little ones, it can get a bit overwhelming. I would also mention picking up an Ella's Kitchen pack. I did this with my second. It's basically like a little roadmap, tells you at what ages they can and can't have, what's best and what's ideal for them, which is really good if you are an anxious parent and you're worried about what they can and can't have. I'm a bit more familiar with what they can and can't have due to working in childcare. When I had my second, it all just went out the window, so it's nice to have something to hand which I can just, you know, refer back to and see what they can and can't have at different ages. So guys, that's all my essentials. Hope this video was helpful in some way. I'm really enjoying the weaning journey with my second. It's such a different experience to my first. If you are interested in any of these products, I will leave them linked below. Let me know what you think, what your weaning tips are or your weaning essentials. Is there anything that I've missed? Please let me know down in the comments. If you're new here, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. I would love to have you as a viewer here. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursdays and every other Sundays, and I would love to have you here. Thanks so much for watching and for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.